2020. I'm Skybilz, and I'm going to be your host for this segment. Coming up next, we'll have Final Fantasy XIV Online with ShinoInari. Take it away. Good luck and have fun.
Are we good?
Mm-hmm.
Hi, so I am ShinoInari, and this is SiraLynn, and I'm running Final Fantasy XIV All Trials for you today. Before I get into the run, though, I'd just like to dedicate this run to someone, as a friend in a close-knit group recently passed away, and we all do miss you, Molly. But that would be it. I'm going to be getting into the run now, and it's going to be a lot of talking up front. We're going to start out by fighting Shiva Extreme, but I'm not going to be explaining too much. I forgot to put it on solo, and time will be starting whenever I hit commence. So time will be starting in 3, 2, 1, go.
So Shiva...
So there's a lot to explain about this run, but Shiva EX is not very interesting. Hang on, I'm actually noticing my game is not getting audio.
I think she has chat set to...
Yeah, chat won't show any messages, but there's no game audio, and I...
Okay, we have a $100 donation from Anonymous. No donation, but thank you very much for your donation. And real quick here, I did want to talk about some of the incentives we have early on. So as y'all know, coming up next, we will have Squidlet, but there is an incentive for the run. There is a squid % run where, if met, Kind of Nerdy Housewife will perform a squid % run, which includes befriending all of the squids and doing a dance with them. We like friends, right? I like friends. So let's get those donations in for that incentive. It must be met before the beginning of the next run in order to befriend all of these fellow friends. $575 out of $2,000. I am willing to read all of the fish and squid puns. So please get those donations in. Willing to put myself out there for all the puns. Give me your best squid and fish puns. Let's get a $5 train going to try to meet that incentive so we can meet all the squid friends. We have a $5 donation from Polly Momo, who says, I just realized something. You can't spell Malala without a llama. I'm not sure if that means anything, but here's $5. Kill frame, save the animals. I don't know. I don't know about save kill in this marathon. We'll see. We'll see. But appreciate your donation. Thank you very much. We have a $20 donation from Cow Subalu, who says, an MMO and GDQ, more likely than you'd think. Absolutely. Very much looking forward to this run. We have a $25 donation from Andromeda, who says, much love from Heidelin to Fleet Vital. So happy to see the game I spent so much time in being run. From the Balmoog role-playing scene to you speedrunners, always walk in the light of the crystal. And thank you very much for that donation. I apologize if I botched any of those names. Sounds like a cool thing, though. $50 donation from Anonymous leaves a smiley face. Thank you very much for your donation. $25 donation from Anonymous. I love speedruns. Absolutely. I think that's why all of us are here. Thank you very much for your donation. $100 donation from Panza. No comment, but thank you very much for your donation. So, a little bit about the charity that this event is for, Malala Fund. Malala Fund is working for a world where all girls can learn and lead. Malala Fund advocates for resources and policy changes needed to give all girls a secondary education, invests in local education leaders, and amplifies the voices of girls fighting for change. Also, in addition, the Yeti is donating $5 per Fleet Fatale shirt to Malala Fund. You can find the shirts at theyeti.com. Would highly recommend the shirt. It's very cool looking. Valerie donates $25 saying, go Shinoshi. Maddie donates $50 saying, it's so great to see a GDQ that's all women. Hope the girls speedrunners have a fun and safe week. Love, Maddie. $20 from Anonymous. No comment, but thank you very much for your donation. Azula donates $20 saying, I'm in second grade and I think sending girls to school is a really good idea. Agreed. Going to shout out our own Flygon with this very awesome donation. Bean donates $50 saying, good luck on your run, Flygon. Let's get this true, pure, any percent incentive met. Thank you very much for your donation. Shout outs to Frozen Flygon. Crystal Exarch donates $25 saying, let Expanse contract, Eon become instant. Champions from beyond the rift, heed my call. Donate and support this awesome cause. Really like that. Appreciate that. Thank you. All right, little bit of an update to the Squidlet incentive of $670 out of $2,000. Already making a little bit of progress here. Thank you all so much for your donations. We appreciate that. And again, that incentive to meet our lovely squid friends and make squid friends must be met before the beginning of the next run. So if you want to see that, let's get those donations in, I believe. Anonymous donates $25. Thank you very much. No comment, but thank you for your donation. As a reminder, Fleet Fatale and other hotfix events and shows are brought to you by viewers like you. Your subscriptions and bits help keep the channel running for these fun events, including shows like Fleet Fatale, Random Number Generation, Time Capsule, Mercy Kill, Runners Wanted, and Tina's RPG show, I guess, and more. I think I know some of the hosts for those shows. Just saying, I would definitely tune in for those. Zamri donates $25, no comment, but thank you very much for your donation. Annie donates $50. Thank you very much for your donation. We have a $25 donation from Anonymous. No comment, but thank you very much for your donation. Mary Oki donates $10 saying, here's 10 to tackle the Squidlet incentive. Absolutely, thank you. And a $25 donation from Rashawn Dragonus, who says, rawr, squid friends. Yes, yes, we want to make all of the squid friends. And again, quick update. Want to keep doing that because we're only one game away, so you'll be hearing updates from me for a little bit here. $735 out of 2,000. Almost to the halfway point. Can we do that soon? We are almost up to $1,000 out of $2,000 in that incentive. Let's get it. Prometheus donates $25 saying, day 6 of Frame Fatale, and I'm getting more and more used to writing haikus. Thanks. Rhythm block is at hand. Feel the beat to beat the game. Everyone say, hype! We had to get one of those. And thank you very much for your donation, Prometheus. And thank you for your lovely haiku. I love reading haikus too. I should have added that to the list of things that I love to read, including puns as well. Dr. Goldfire donates $50. No comment, but thank you very much for your donation. Cerise donates $25 saying, hello, GDQ from Cerise Maythilios, an unforgiving curiosity. Shoutouts to Best Primal Life, Garuda, the Light Touch, you know who you all are, and the amazing role players of the Crystal Data Center, Wark. It's in capital letters, so I guess it's more like work or something or other. Thank you very much for your donation, sirs. We appreciate it. I'm gonna have to have someone teach me how to give a work impression here. Anonymous donates $25. No comment, but thank you very much for your donation. We have $25 from Explain Track that says, it literally says no comment. You know what? I appreciate the meme. I like wholesome memes like that. So if no comment is your comment, you know what? That's awesome. iGox donates $250 with no comment, but thank you very much for your donation. We appreciate that. And with that, we are halfway to the Squid Friend incentive, folks. $1,030 out of $2,000. Let's keep going. Let's get those Squid Friends. Let's do the thing. Thank you so much. Adam donates $25 saying, hype! Sariana donates $5. I heard we're fishing for squid puns. Let's get cracking. Okay, and I really like that. Good luck to all the lovely runners. Let's get that squid incentive, or squid percent run met. Thank you very much, Anna. And I really like the pun. It's a good one. Reminds me of Ocean Week. Big Law donates $15 saying, good luck everyone taking part in this awesome event. Let's get those squids. Anonymous donates $15. No comment, but thank you very much for your donation. Everyone wants to see the Squid Friends, and I am so happy about this. Y'all have no idea, especially that pun. That pun definitely made my day so far. Anonymous donates $10. No comment, but thank you very much for your donation. All right, folks, I've been given the green light. Here we go. Final Fantasy 14 by Shino. Good luck and have fun.
Sorry about that, but we have things working now. Again, I want to dedicate this run to a friend who passed away recently. We miss you, Molly. But that being said, we're going to toss straight into the run. And time will start when I hit commence on this button. So 3, 2, 1, go. So I'm gonna spend the next 2 bosses explaining another boss ahead in the run, which is Ifrit Extreme. Ifrit Extreme is very difficult to get fast because he has 3 different invulnerability phases, one at 50%, one at 30%, and one at 20%. The main one we're worried about skipping is the one at 20%. And to do that, we basically need to wait for him to cast something at 50% and burn him down to about 30%, and then burn him down once again before he finishes casting another attack. I actually explained that faster than I was expecting. It's difficult, but I should be able to get it. The rest of this fight, she does this, she freezes. I like to try and freeze in a funny position when she freezes, and that's about it. I don't have too much more to say. The next section of the run is gonna be Ramuh Extreme, which does have a chance of killing me, but I'm not too terribly worried about that.
Yeah, Shiva EX and Ramuh EX are basically just do the fight how they were designed, but faster until we get to whatever the next tier is, and then we might actually be able to start phase skipping them a lot more.
Yeah, right now phase skip isn't reasonable unless you get really lucky. You can go for it if you're doing IL runs, but you can't reasonably do this. Ramuh does have a phase where he summons enemies up and you have to take care of them at around 50%, and he will be invulnerable for that time, but we don't need to worry about it too much.
Yeah, Ramuh EX is mainly just timing your burst phases of Summoner and gunning down the ads quickly so you can get back hitting Ramuh and his big beard.
He does have a fabulous beard. One thing I do need to do is I need to summon Bahamut, because he does an extra attack for every attack that I do. And I can get rid of these ads in like 1 hit, but I like to summon him just for the insurance that they die.
Low rolls can actually mean you don't kill them in 1 hit for no good reason.
Yeah. Like that.
Yeah.
This is a big attack from Ramuh, so I like to put a shield on myself so that I'm not super impacted by it too much. And that's pretty much it for this fight. I'm gonna need some quiet time while I fight Ifrit, but other than that, we can probably read some donations for this next coming fight. Leviathan has a mechanic where he can put you in panic, which can make you run off the ledge of the fight when the rails go off, but other than that, he's pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, there's not much danger of dying in Leviathan.
So we've got any donations or anything anyone wants to say? Now's the time, because after this is Ifrit.
Absolutely. Thank you all so much. We have a $140 donation from Mathia Griffney that says, "Good luck to Shido on the run. The Final Fantasy XIV speedrunning Discord is behind you, and we are so proud of you for qualifying for Fleet Vital. And shoutouts to GDQ for its continued support of Final Fantasy XIV speedrunning. Your support is showing everyone that Final Fantasy XIV can be done as a speedrunning game, and we encourage the Final Fantasy XIV players in the audience to come join us. P.S. If Shino can score the coveted 1-second kill on the Bowl of Embers normal, I'll add another $10. You got this, Shino. Keep being amazing." We appreciate that.
Thank you, Mathia. Or Mathia, I'm not sure how to say your name.
Do we have time for one more, or?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. $20 from Soraya. "Remember us. Remember that we once lived. Thank you for speedrunning a game that's grown to mean so much to me over the years. I'll donate another $20 if Shino dotes the shoe bill." I'm not sure what that means, but that seems interesting. And real quick before I send back to y'all, an update on the Squidlet. We are currently $1,145 out of $2,000, so we're getting there. Folks, if you would like to have our Squid friends be present and make some Squid friends, please get those donations in. Back to y'all, and good luck with the next boss.
We probably have one more.
Time for one more donation?
Yes.
All right, awesome. So we have some meta things going here. We have $25 from Lady Applesauce, who says, "This literally says, no comment, but thank you very much for your donation." I feel so called out right now. Y'all know that? The meta. All right, back to y'all. Good luck, you got this.
All right, thank you. So Leviathan's gonna pop up, and he will attempt to knock me off, but it's really no issue.
Between...
And I'm just gonna say now I need quiet because I'm about to do E3DX.
Yeah, this is the hard one.
Oh wait, I got things out of order. Thorn March EX.
Oh yeah, no, you're used to your normal run order.
I am.
Thorn March.
This one, basically, you damage him up to a point. Then he summons his good Muggle's Guard. And you basically try and take them all in one fell swoop. And then he has to sacrifice his own HP to get them back up.
So we basically make him do like 80% of
So we
his
try
own damage.
and defeat them all at once. I did not just do that. And now one has wandered away. And that's
Unfortunate.
very unfortunate.
They don't like cooperating, but they're Moogles.
They're very, very uncooperative. Okay, now that he's done it the second time, we just need to get rid of all of the mobs as best as we can, because he's invulnerable for that duration.
If you're lucky, you can manage to catch them all in the center, but if they spread, it just... You're stuck around
It goes
targeting
very
them.
bad very quickly.
Yeah.
I think Moggle Mog annoys just about every 14 player, to some extent. Okay, quiet time. Yes!
She did.
Okay.
Oh crap.
So that skip basically involves, like I said, you gotta drop him beneath 30% HP or so by the time he does his first jump up. And then you have about 3 seconds to get rid of the rest of his 30% HP, which is extremely difficult and RNG reliant, and I can't believe I just did that in the marathon. This fight doesn't really have much to talk about, so if anyone wants to talk about the game or read off some donations, now's a good time.
I'll leave it for commentary first. If not, I can read a couple donations.
Yeah, like E3EX has always been an interesting stream because, like, back when it was new, like, we saw a lot of people fail it just because, well, most of us were bad at the game back then. Well, that's not true. But now that we can skip a lot of it, it's pretty cool to speedrun. I still can't get the skip, so. If we're gonna talk about this fight, unsynced Titan will wipe groups because between server ping and all things, people get knocked off. And that
He
just
has an
slows his
attack.
growth.
Yeah, he has an attack that sends a shockwave out that can knock you off the arena, and that restarts the entire fight. And he also has an attack that can put you in a pile of rocks, and you can't do anything for that duration, and it's very slow. We don't like it.
No. Before current gear tier, a lot of it was trying to race that rock. And Summoner was good because the dot could take down the last of his HP while you were stuck in a rock. Actually, a lot of these trials turn into Hope Summoner's dots and the carbuncle can burn them down. Garuda EX, you're just trying to skip her ads. And that you just burn her down, but below 30?
Successfully skip her ads.
Yeah.
I think that was the fastest Garuda EX I've ever done.
Blessed run.
A blessed run indeed. This fight is just burst him down.
Yeah, there's nothing special that goes on with Ultima. The fight itself is a cool fight on level, but... well, the extreme version at least. We're already kind of past a lot of the harder ones. There's a few more that'll come. I don't know, would you want me to talk about them now? A little bit? Or just wait till we get there?
I think we can wait until we get there.
Yeah.
That was actually kind of slow.
Yeah, it was a little slow, but I mean, it wasn't bad. Oh, it wasn't terrible.
The only thing to talk about Odin here is that he can put a slow on you that makes you take longer to cast your abilities. But other than that, a lot of these end up just being kill them as fast as you can.
Yeah, Odin used to be a bit of a problem because how he deals damage is more percentile based than actual numbers based. So he can actually kill you if you take too long. And, well, dying is slow.
Dying is very slow. No, do not put a slow on me. He put a slow on me. You see, I cast things so slow now. And I just wish I would win. The next is Shiva Hard, and she does have a skip. She gets locked into a sword or a staff phase the moment that she approaches you, and she won't do that if you get her to 60% HP before she approaches you. So you want to kind of go a little tiny bit slow, but once you see her kind of float up into the air to activate the attack is when you really want to start hitting her hard.
A lot of ARR trials is just knowing when to do your burst damage for speedrunning it.
And that was excellent.
It's a very technical speedrun in a lot of these sites. Because you're just...
It is.
There's like at least 4 different fights where you kind of have to go slow to go fast.
Other than that, we've got kind of, again, 2 fights of not too much to talk about. We're going to fight Ramu hard and Leviathan hard, both of which are pretty much handled the same way as their extreme counterparts. They're just faster.
Back when they teased us with Summoner getting a Ramu Eggy, and we never got that. It's unfortunate.
Do we have time for a couple donations?
Oh yeah, sure.
Yes, absolutely.
Have some love for from the community here. We have $10 from Azur Izuka. This says, lots of love to my big sis during this Final Fantasy XIV run. If you hear this, Shino, remember to snap, click, crank, whir, whiz, wham, and boom these bosses. Uplanders must... You know what, that is pretty good.
Yeah.
My goodness, Uplanders must not be the only people crushed by the great whirly cog. Thank you so much, Azura.
Thank you so much. That was
great.
That's my younger sibling, actually.
Oh. All right, we have $100 from Denshin, who says, hey Shino, Wallace and I are watching from work. It's cool to see you here after so much work and dedication. Everyone in the Palm Guard is cheering you on. Get that burst damage, kick primal butt, and always remember, heem, need hog. I hope I did that right.
That's my older brother.
So that came from, we have a little group that plays this game called the Palm Guard, and basically we were doing unsynced co-op on Nidhogg EX, just for individual levels. And one of his lines literally just sounds like him going, heem, Nidhogg. And it just kind of became a running joke to just repeat it in increasingly weird ways as we did it again and again. It was great.
I hope I'm doing justice to some of these references. I'm seeing what I'm saying here, and I'm like, all right, let's just go into this. Let's try this. And
14's got some fun references.
Yeah,
okay.
no, you're doing great.
You're good.
Do we have time for a couple more? Or?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I think so.
All right, we have $10 from Dragon Kick, who says, good luck, Shino. You better get all those primals down as fast as possible, and don't forget, pray return to the walking sands. Good luck, have fun from the Discord.
I don't want to return to the Waking Sands. I've paid my dues.
Yeah, like, I've returned to the Waking Sands enough.
We have another haiku here as well. We have $25 from Prometheus, who says, hey, it's me again. Making friends can be easy, just as writing haikus. So let's make all squids our friends, just like all of us in the speedrunning community. Haikus are simple. Syllables 575, hype, no comment hype. Oh my gosh, these meta comments. Y'all, we're gonna have a discussion after this awesome run. Real quick update here. Speaking of our squid friends, because people were asking about our squid friends in chat, $1,220 out of $2,000, and again, that must be met before the next run. So if you want to see our squid friends and make squid friends, please get those donations in. Back to y'all. This run is awesome.
All right, we are fighting Mog Normal again, which is one of the only ones that are kind of different from their normal counterparts.
Oh, they're extreme counterparts. This is the normal counterpart.
Oh, my Kirby got a low damage roll. That's okay. So this is the same as the last one. You defeat his Moogles before he appears this time. And then once he appears, you have about, I want to say, probably 2, 3, 4 seconds to just end him because he goes invulnerable shortly after appearing.
This is another one of those fights that, like, a lot of newer players have trouble learning it at first, and I've seen a lot of people just forget how this fight works, especially the EX. You kind of have to take down his movement,
But I got it.
yeah, easy skip.
That's actually a super high crit from Bahamut's laser,
Yeah.
too. That took down over half his HP. I wish there was more to say, but we're about to go through Titan, Garuda, and Ifrit again. This time, Ifrit isn't annoying, and Titan Hard and Garuda Hard are actually pretty in the same vein as their previous ones. But after that, we're gonna get towards the latter half of the run, where there is a little bit more to talk about.
Yeah, there's some lulls just because some of the trials are really easy and very predictable, and some we're still kind of figuring out little things here and there.
I might have done that too soon. That's okay. If there are any more donations, anything people want to talk about, it's a good time. This guy can also put you in a jail of rocks, but I doubt that he will, just because he's going to be dying pretty quick.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to burn down the apartments.
Here, do you have any commentary with this, or would you like me to read some donations?
I'm not sure what to talk about on the game. Like this game's been around a while, so I don't know how long a lot of people have played it. Like, I've been around since, like, 1.0. Shino here's been around since 2.0. We've kind of seen this game kind of grow up a lot over the years. Like, and I think we both got into speedrunning this, like, this past expansion, this past year, and it's kind of changed the game and brought a lot of life that I was kind of not feeling for a while. So, I'm really thankful to the speedrunning community for this game, for keeping this game alive for me.
Well, I do have a donation with another reference, and feel free to explain this to me once we're done, because again, these references, they're awesome, but I wish I knew more about them. We have $25 from Valerie, who says, "Go Shino, you've got this. Show these primals the power of the Aggie." And then I look at Aggie, and I'm like, wait, what's that?
So she uses Carpies instead of the Aggies, but what the Aggies are basically the summoner summons. Like, when you Summoner and Scholar both start out as an Arcanist class, which you eventually get the job stones to become Summoner or Scholars. Scholar gets Fairies, Summoner gets Aggies, which are literally the manifestations of the Aether of the Primals that we are watching her kill.
Do we have time for a couple more? Oh, sorry, go on.
Yeah,
Yeah, sure,
No,
we got time.
absolutely, we have time for more.
I have some puns related to the game here. We haven't done any
Nice.
game-specific
love
puns
it.
here.
Oh,
We have a $5 donation from Wild Rose, who says, "I didn't know there was a speedrunning community for Final Fantasy XIV. This is actually pretty awesome to watch. This enkindles my desire to try these speedrunning trials myself. Good luck on the speedrun, RNG, and remember that your devotion will carry you through."
oh, that's good.
Oh my goodness. And then
Final Scope's got a 0 cycle on him.
Oh, huh.
Kind of sad I missed that.
Yeah.
Sorry for interrupting, go ahead.
No, you're fine. We have $25 from Chrononaut, who says, "Love seeing Final Fantasy XIV in a GDQ run. Thanks, Fleet Fatal, for putting on such an amazing marathon." And we have $25 from Twilight Dusk, who says, "Squids are friends, and friends mean nobody gets left behind." And speaking of which, let's keep an update here on our Squid friends. So far we are 1,245 out of $2,000. So again, if you would like to have and meet our Squid friends and make Squid friends, please get those donations in. Back to y'all.
Alright, so this fight does have a little bit to explain. You want to attack Enkidu, the big flying thing over there, and drag him back behind the purple line, because that will actually cause something that Gilgamesh does, which is attempt to turn you into a chicken. And it'll make it miss. He turned me into a chicken here. Hello.
But your dots, your dots will take Enkidu, no problem.
But if you can get rid of Enkidu before then, it actually won't do anything to you. You'll be out of range of it. It's meant to cover the whole arena, but again, you're not really meant to be killing the bosses as fast as I am. Or at least they weren't designed to be in such a way. I did a little bit of a mess up on organizing my things, but I should be okay. And that should be Gilgamesh, yes. My personal best of that is actually 10 seconds faster, so that was a little bit slow, and that's slower than my average too, but we got rid of him, no worries. The Dragon's Neck, you kind of want to focus on using a lot more AoE and aim for ultras first. I apologize for the dogs barking upstairs in my house, but what I do is, since both of them will be coming to me, is I place my summon right here so that it can use its AoE attacks without needing to ever move, because it doesn't actually need to be targeting anything to use those AoE attacks.
This is another one of those silly old Hildebrand questline trials. And they're all a little weird mechanically if you're doing them on level, but we skip most of the mechanics.
Battle on the Big Bridge is a little bit interesting at the start because you have one fight and then you gotta run across the bridge and defeat some enemies and then you fight him again. During the first fight, he's kind of on a weird timer to where he will like grovel and apologize for beating you up, and it's kind of funny because he says that fighting all 8 of you is too much for me, but because this was meant for 8 people. But I'm just one person. So, I don't know what he's on about. Another important thing is to try and put your damage over time on him so that it actually ticks down and he continues to receive damage. You can see from his HP bar over here. And it doesn't actually matter when he gets to 0 HP because he's got to finish his dialogue first before he can move on to the next section of the fight. And by that time, he should be at 0.1% HP, and he is at precisely that.
And so now we have the go down this hallway as quickly as possible, and this is another area where I think Summoner is one of the better ones just because it has a lot of really good AoE first.
Although Ninja is a lot faster.
Yeah, Ninja's got a passive movement speed, so anything that has a lot of movement, like dungeons especially, Ninja's one of the best. Dancer, I'm pretty sure, is up there.
Did I miss an ad? Oh yeah.
You missed an ad. Actually, thinking of classes, let's see. Summoner is good to have, Dancer is good to have, Ninja is good to have. Red Mage can burst down some trials very, very fast. What's next? I don't remember what order you're doing them
I
in.
think it's the trial. Oh, it's just the heroic reborn stuff.
Yeah.
So we have between now and the Steps of Faith, we have time for chit chat or donations because these 2 fights are extremely fast, and then the 3rd fight after that is just a bullet sponge. You attack it until it's dead.
I like to chat in donations.
I do too.
Yeah.
Indeed, like to chat and donations.
Let's do it then. We have $5 from Nari who says, "Keep up the great work, Shino. I'm so proud of you." Aw.
Aw, thank you, Nari.
We have $50 from Becca Smash. He says, I just started watching tonight and literally have no idea what a squid percent run is. But how can I not put my money towards a squid percent run? I hope other people will donate with me because I need to see this. And in case you want to know, I've been posting in chat as well about the squid percent. During the next run, we have Squidlet coming up. The runner will perform a squid percent run, which includes befriending all of the squids and doing a dance with them. Folks, dancing, squids, and friends. Come on, what more do we need to know? Again, a quick update on that. $1,295 out of 2,000. So we're about a little over 700 away from that. So if you'd like to see that, you've seen that right before the next run, please get those donations in. And I think there's a couple more references here in donations. So again, if anyone can explain this, let me know. We have $25 from Drake who says, such donation. This was my intention.
Okay, so that's a reference to one of the story dungeons towards the end of original Realm Reborn. There's a boss, and so he gets tricked by the bigger bads of that expansion, and it basically destroys his entire base, and he just looks, such devastation. This was not my intention. And it's just a running meme in the community at this point, because of how many times we've all heard it.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that real quick, because we have $20 from Luna who says, such devastation. This was not my intention.
There it is.
I tried to learn from y'all, so thank you for that.
Like, a lot of these mechanics are just things like, with Hydra, a lot of people back in the day, we would actually pull them out of the cave, because that way it was a lot easier to just not get hit by a lot of the boss's AoEs. But given everyone's kind of over-geared, and while there is gear sync, eye level syncing, it's not perfect, and someone who has 480, 490, 500 gear, sync down will still be stronger than someone who has around the Realm Reborn eye levels of the time. So we can kind of, like, just skip a lot of mechanics even as normal runs, but speedrunning just takes that to the next level. It's fun.
Alright, we've got the Chrysalis, which is the last time killer in the run. Basically, my priority as soon as the fight starts is to get all of my damage over times on him as soon as I humanly can, because he's gonna warp to the center pretty quick and go completely invulnerable, but my dots will continue to tick on him. So I would just want to make sure that I get all that I possibly can in. That was very good. Now, one thing I would normally do here, but I guess I'm not going to do, is I'm going to look for an orb, and then once it appears, I'm going to tell my carbuncle to attack it. It will give me a stack of my Ruin 4, which is just a stronger version of one of my attacks. There's the other one. And what that'll do is just allow me to attack him and just burst him down much faster. The other thing we have to worry about too is we want him to be between 50 and 60% by the time he approaches me, because between 40 and 60% he'll cast something called Triple. Whenever he casts something called Triple, he can't move on to his next phase. So we just want to make sure that we get him kind of stuck. I'm going to purposefully cycle my damage for the triple. There's the triple.
And then just burn him down.
And then I burn him down.
Because normally this fight, he teleports you to another very bright dimension where there's falling meteors and all that, and it just takes a long time. Yeah, and again, if you don't do that, you lose about an entire minute, which I don't like doing. I'm going to switch to Red Mage for the rest of this, because Red Mage I've found a much more consistent strategy for this fight. Lots of people love to say this fight is the hardest fight in the game.
Jokingly, of course. Or how many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man?
In at least a couple of my friends' group, it's also known as Local Man Dies. And it's not any harder synced. That's almost really as fast as it goes.
So what I do there is I prepare a dual cast, which is an ability Red Mage has, which allows you to instant cast an ability. Then I do swift cast, and then I just do attacks between my 2 casts, and he goes down. We are coming up on the end of the run. I know that Garuda loves to misbehave for me, and hopefully she doesn't. The fastest time you can get on this is about 3 seconds, and she didn't misbehave that time. But if she does misbehave, you lose like 17 seconds, and I actually had that happen in my PB. We are unfortunately coming up on the end of this run, so I would just like to give a humongous shout out to all of my friends who are watching. I would like to give a shout out to the 14 speedrunning community. A donation earlier said that they didn't know there was a speedrunning community for this, and there is. We're very tiny, and we would love to see more members come in, and we're more than happy to help you learn the speedruns. We're more than happy to help you get gear. We're more than happy to teach you, and I'm even currently working on a guide for this speedrun, so hopefully that will help. And shout outs to Fleet Fatales and Games Done Quick for having me. It's been an honor to speedrun for you all. And please donate towards Squid Friends.
Yeah.
We need more Squid Friends in our lives.
Who doesn't like squids? Who doesn't like friends?
And time. So that's it for the speedrun. I've done all my shoutouts, and thank you all for having me. It has been a blast.
All right, well, thank you to Shino and Sira so much for that lovely run. I very much enjoyed myself. I learned a lot about Final Fantasy XIV, so thank you so much. Please be sure to give both of them a follow. Coming up, we do have Squidlet coming, which is another game I've never seen, so I'm very much looking forward to that. It's going to be all bosses, PC by a Kinda Nerdy Housewife. Love that name as well. But before we move on to the next run, how about some donations? We have a $20 donation from Anonymous who says, Shino, you are salvation given form. This runs first and its final hope. For victory, render up your all, the primal's demise. We will be the chat salvation. Break your limit, which I get the last part, but I really did enjoy these references. Thank you to everyone who donated with the Final Fantasy XIV references. Percival Gambit donates $25 saying, let's get Squid Friends funded, and I will give you an update right after we take this quick break. Welcome back to Fleet Fatale 2020. Coming up next, we will have Squidlet. Real quick donation. We have a $680 donation from Space Narc, who says, Squidlet is the game that got me back into speedrunning, so I'm